Da.
Okay, you ready?
Si, senor.
Okay. Well, everybody, welcome to Hat Trick Sports Talk. My name is Shane Hansen. Joined with me is Brannan Widdis. How you doing today?
Hello.
Hello, hello.
I'm good. Don't you mean you're Robert Solosi for the day?
I know, right? It's kind of weird. We don't have Robert with us today. He's going camping for the 4th of July weekend. Should be a fun time. He always wanted just us to do a show because he thought that would be a train wreck. And so, we're gonna try and live up to that. No, I'm kidding. This is gonna be a serious intellectual hour of discussion.
Indeed.
No. So let's see. First of all, let's talk about the Phoenix Suns.
Okay.
So they are finally in the NBA Finals, and Chris Paul is finally going. Um, this was I was kind of surprised that uh, not that they won the series necessarily, but the fact that they were able to make it with ease. With the fact that Chris Paul was out for
I
the first
I
two games.
mean was it really a surprise considering let's just put the facts on the table, right?
Yeah,
No Kawhi.
that's true.
The refs gave them game 2,
Yeah,
and they also wait, no. The refs gave them one of the games. They got
I think it
lucky
was
with
two.
game 2. Was game 2 the one with the alley oop dunk? The
I don't
like
remember. I feel like it
Well,
was at
there were
Phoenix
two.
though.
Basically, there were 2 games that Phoenix just were given.
Yeah,
Honestly, you gotta feel like this series should have been the Clippers.
I mean,
Like,
I feel like it at least should have gone to 7
yeah,
personally.
I agree with you. I think it should have gone 7. And honestly, I think if it went 7, I believe you have to believe that if it goes 7, Kawhi's in there. Like, he's not playing.
Probably. I mean,
Like,
that's the thing about Kawhi. He's so unreliable. Like you never know if he's
yeah,
gonna like actually show up. But then,
I mean, he he's very strange because when he's actually on the court, he's amazing.
yeah,
But you don't know if he's going to be on the court.
it's a catch-22.
And the other thing to talk about with Kawhi is a lot of people are saying like, oh, Kawhi's going to go to another team. There's no way Kawhi goes to another team.
I mean, I
And you know
think
why I say that? Because he will lose so much money if he goes to another team. The way his contract is set up, he's going to lose so much money. There's no way he goes to another team.
yeah. I mean, if he did leave, I don't think it's on his own accord. you know, I mean,
Yeah,
I could maybe see uh the Clippers saying we're gonna move on from you because you're unreliable, whatever. But even that seems like a stretch. Plus, I mean, the Clippers kind of seems like it's where he always wanted to be, anyways. So
I don't know, man.
I mean, it's
I could have seen him with the Lakers, but at the same time, I don't know
yeah,
if Kawhi. I don't know if Kawhi and LeBron you know, would
an
click.
AD.
Oh man, that would.
I don't think that would work.
Yeah,
As good as they all are, I mean, that's
too
just
many. That's too many alphas
yeah,
in the hen house.
and too many people missing too many games.
But yeah, going
Um,
back to the Suns. You know, I, I've been very vocal about my opinion of the Suns. I think they are a good team. I think they have a lot of players who are coming into the spotlight. You got Booker. You got what's his name? I'm blanking on his name right now. But you got a couple players. You got a couple players for the Suns who are coming into the
yeah,
spotlight. I mean, you could argue that Booker's been in the spotlight for a while, seeing as he is like the main guy. He's been the main guy. Um,
yeah, he's kind of
I
been their one for a
I
while.
don't want the I don't. I will not be rooting for the Suns. I'll put it that way. I kind of want the Bucks to win, and to be honest, that's who I think is going to win the between the Hawks and the Suns. The Hawks and the Bucks. I think the Bucks are going to win that series. But man, I just gotta say it. Once again, even if the Suns do win the finals, every series they played was against a team that was not at full health.
Right.
So you have to ask the question, how can this be considered a not asterisked win? Like, the Lakers were hurt. Clippers were hurt. Who else did they play?
Who did they play in the second round? Denver.
Denver was hurt.
Yeah.
And now either Atlanta or Milwaukee will be hurt, because I don't think I'm going to be very shocked if we see Giannis again, and I'm going to be equally shocked if we see Trey again for the entire rest of the playoffs, because a bone bruise.
Giannis is more likely.
Yeah, Giannis is more likely. A bone bruise is pretty. That's a pretty serious thing. Like, it's not like a broken bone or anything, but
especially foot.
I've had a bone bruise before. You don't just like come back from it and start playing basketball again.
Yeah. Especially the way he plays, he's running around a lot like a psycho and shooting threes and whatever all he does. Giannis was, he's not even listed as like, will not play. Right now he's just listed as doubtful.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Regardless, I think if you look at Milwaukee, it really just depends on whether or not Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton can step up, because sometimes they're really good, as we have seen, and sometimes they're not. They might as well not even be there. So, even in this series, we've seen that, obviously, there's been a lot of back and forth in this series between the two teams. It's been kind of unpredictable as to who will win and who won't, and, going back and forth. I think regardless of who does win, I imagine the NBA Finals will be a very competitive series. Like, I think it'll probably be a 6 or 7 game series, especially if if their stars are still out. And the fact that they are both out now, to me, makes a series kind of interesting, because they have to rely on the guys that they don't normally lean on. You know what I mean? So I think it kind of brings out the best and worst in certain guys, and I don't know, it's just interesting.
Yeah, I agree with you. And speaking of worst, what did you think of the shove at the end of the game to Chris Paul? I personally think he deserved it, because
why?
Because Chris, as Skip Bayless said, Chris Paul talks a lot of crap.
Oh yeah.
He talks a lot, and he kind of got. It was like 5 minutes left of the game. It was over. Yes, it was unsportsmanlike, but like, come on. Everybody's always felt like doing that. Everybody's always had someone they've played against where it's like, just shut up. Like, come on.
Yeah, just play.
Yeah. Which is my biggest problem with the Suns. It's just like, they don't just play. They have to they just talk.
Yeah, it's like they got to make it like a WWE event or something.
Yes, that's exactly. It's like, you got flopping, you got talking, you got trash talk, you got fights. Yeah.
Lots of drama. Speaking of drama in the in the Western Conference, uh, Chris Haynes is reporting that Damian Lillard's frustration over Portland not being a championship contender, as well as the controversial hiring of Chauncey Billups as head coach, may push him out of Portland. And understandably, I might add, like I look at Damian Lillard, and in my opinion, he's probably a top 3 point guard in the NBA right now. And if I'm him, and it's like, yeah, I'm in the prime of my career. I want to win, especially
Yeah.
especially this summer. He's gonna go to Tokyo, and he's gonna be hanging out with KD and all these fancy guys, and he'll be like, "Oh, I could be playing with guys like this. Oh, come on, Not that he's gonna go to the Nets, but um, and I feel like he's just gonna come back to small town Portland and be like, "Nah, this isn't working."
Yeah,
Um,
like apparently he's being courted by LeBron to go to the Lakers. I very much doubt he's going to go to the Lakers. Uh,
I think he's
I
too
don't
expensive.
I don't see him. Well, that's one thing. I don't think the Lakers have the money
Yeah,
to bring in another superstar unless they want to just like cut bait with a lot of their piece players.
I mean, it'd have to be a
Um,
type of thing where they'd probably only bring him in for like a year or two, and because they want to win now, win another ring
yeah,
with LeBron or whoever, and then rebuild after that essentially because they're gonna have no cap.
yeah. I don't know. I also don't think that like I don't I don't see Damian Lillard as a guy who wants to play third fiddle to
Yeah,
LeBron and AD. I think he wants to go somewhere where he's still going to be the captain. He's still going to be the leader. He's still going to be the. But the problem with that is I don't think there's really a team out there that's on the precipice of winning, and all they need to add is maybe okay, maybe you could argue if you went somewhere like Orlando or Charlotte or
Miami.
uh, Chicago, Miami. I could see Miami.
Yeah,
Personally, I think if you put Damian Lillard in Charlotte with guys after how they played this year, I see that I see that team immediately becoming a playoff threat. Because think about
yeah.
how they play. Think about how they played this year. They have young, like they are a young, talented team, and I would argue that they need somebody to lead them.
I mean, all I know for sure is that if I'm him, I'm going to the Eastern Conference.
Oh yeah, I'm out. Ooh, what
Because
if Toronto snagged him
well,
to
maybe
replace? Because uh,
is Lowry
our
out of there?
Lowry's pretty much out.
Yeah,
Like he's pretty much like peace. Like I'm out. Deuces. Bye.
yeah, that could work.
Uh, I could see Toronto being like, "Hey, Portland, want to make a trade? I'll give you Lowry. You give us Damian Lillard."
Yeah,
I mean, look, like Lowry's old, yes, but like if you're getting rid of Lillard, um, Portland's not exactly going to be a contender anytime soon.
no,
Um, and
not
you
at this
throw.
rate.
I think honestly, man, like Robert might scoff at this when he sees this, but like I would not like I'm usually just put Toronto teams up there just because I'm like a homer. But like I could legitimately see
No, that makes
Damian
sense.
I could legit see Damian Lillard being successful in Toronto.
Yeah,
Um just with the way he plays, and like um lots of young, talented players around him, especially if Toronto drafts someone like Jalen Suggs and like you put just like
true.
all these young players with Lillard getting to be the true leader. I mean, that's even if we don't get Lillard, I believe Toronto is a very enticing place for a middle of the road player.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's because that's their thing for me is they have a lot of Like Toronto to me has a lot of B players, but not like that A player, you know?
Well, that was what the situation was when we got Kawhi.
Right.
Like we had the B players for Kawhi to lead, and he comes in and everybody works well together. And Kawhi's like, "Hey, this is how you win." And that's
Yeah.
the thing. I think that's something that a lot of teams don't think about. You need that one guy who knows how to win,
Yeah.
and I think that was Chris Paul for the Suns. Like
Yeah.
he knew, like he'd never made it to the finals, but he knew how to win.
Well,
He
and
knew
not
what
only
it
that, but
takes.
he's a veteran presence, you know, with experience. He's a leader
Yeah,
by just naturally. So, yeah, and which with a team like especially with a team like Toronto where there are a lot of kind of old and young guys, you know, I feel like it'd be good to kind of have that guy in the
yeah.
middle to sort of bring everyone together. Um, but yeah, so the hiring of Chauncey Billups. For those of you who may not know, there was a sexual assault allegation from 1997 against Billups, which is gaining momentum and negative reactions to the potential hiring. And the Blazers have a press conference scheduled for Tuesday when they're expected to announce the hiring of Billups. But you have to wonder if it is, you know, set in stone now that the Twitterverse is kind of blowing up. But either way, an unhappy Lillard, Lillard is the last thing the Blazers need. And, you know, general manager Neil Olshey, is that his name?
I don't know.
He's going to get blasted if things don't turn around sooner than later in
Yeah.
Portland. So
Well, the problem with okay, here's the thing with Portland, right? And we talked about this, I think, at the beginning of the playoffs. I think we talked about this when Portland got knocked out in the first round. Uh, Portland does the same dance over and over again.
yeah,
They do the same thing. They have a pretty good regular season. Everybody goes, "Wow, Portland! Oh my God, they're so good!
they shoot lots of
Oh my
threes. They look really
goodness!"
flashy.
Then they like get towards the end of the season and they start like kind of like malfunctioning a little bit. They go
Yeah,
into the playoffs like on their last breaths. Uh, Damian Lillard always looks like he's pissed off in the first round about something, and then they lose.
yeah. They go into the playoffs and realize, oh wait, we have to play defense now, don't we?
And then in the off season, guess what happens? Everybody's like, "Hey, Portland, get some new players," and Portland's like, "Nah, we're good. We're gonna just keep all our guys and just repeat, rinse, recycle." And I'm over here like, do you not do you not see the other teams in the league like picking up new players and adjusting and getting
Right.
better? I mean, it
Going
it
forward,
doesn't.
not
I mean,
backwards.
I feel like the NBA is the one league you can't afford to like not adjust if it doesn't work.
Yeah, because it's a very fast moving, quickly evolving game. You know,
Yeah.
you got to keep up with it. More so than I think than most other sports, at least that I can think of. But well, let's see. Jalen Harris has reportedly been dismissed and disqualified from the NBA for violating the league's anti-drug program. Harris will be able to apply for reinstatement in 1 year, but the second to last pick of the 2020 draft could have a tough time finding his way back into the league with this now on his resume. He appeared in just 13 games for the Raptors his rookie season, but he did have a nice performance in his final game of the year, scoring 31 points with 5 threes, while Toronto rested every relevant player on the roster. So, why don't we discuss the differences between the substance abuse policy in the NBA versus other leagues?
Well, the first question I have is like, do we know what the drug he took was?
Uh, I don't know. Let's see.
Because like I don't really know what, like, I don't know what the, like, in the NFL, it's like, unless you're taking, like, steroids, you're pretty much, or, like, God forbid you smoke some weed.
Yeah, exactly. I
You're
was just
like,
gonna
you're
say.
fine. I don't even think the
Um,
NHL has a drug policy. And yeah, MLB's over here just like, sure.
uh, I can't see what it
That's
might have been,
interesting. That's kind of
which
interesting
is
that it's not being released.
yeah, which is that kind of makes me think it's more than just marijuana.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if I'm correct, the NBA haven't they softened up a little bit on marijuana?
Yeah, I think it's like depending on state. Like
Right.
depending on the state and how it's you know.
Yeah. Which, um, I guess for his case that doesn't really apply, but um, well, unless he was in Florida because of this. Well, anyways, yeah, it's. I mean, I really hope that it wasn't marijuana because that's kind of dumb in my opinion. Like
Yeah.
that who is it that girl that was supposed to be in the Olympics to run track
Oh yeah.
that just came out like this morning, I think. She
Yeah.
was suspended and now can't do the 100-meter dash because
Yeah.
she smoked weed. And it's like, why? Like it's the same thing as, having a drink, really. I mean,
Right. It's like, how is that going to affect you? If anything, how is that going to help you
yeah,
in track and
if
field? Like,
anything, it would make you worse.
yeah.
you know? I mean, still probably wouldn't if you're just doing it casually, but I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
hopefully, I think Miles Garrett was saying like hopefully by the next Olympics this won't be the case, which I normally think that guy's a freak, but I kind of agree with him on that. Um, but
Yeah.
I guess we will just see on that. Uh, well, speaking of big changes, the NCAA is now allowing college players to take money on endorsements and jersey sales, such and such, which I think makes sense. However, if you really think about it, that's going to apply to like in football, the quarterback, the running back, your receiver, and like maybe a star defensive player, and that's it. You know?
I don't know, man. I think you're gonna have like I think you're wrong. I think you're gonna see play in like places like Alabama in or like Gainesville, Florida.
Well, I mean that's
You're gonna
different.
see like the offensive linemen getting starring in like local like car commercials and getting like $500,000, which honestly for a lot of these guys is kind of like, okay. Here's my thing. I'm okay, and I had this conversation with my mom this morning. I'm okay with players making money on like a logical level, like I don't know, a couple thousand, 100,000, I don't know, making some money to be able to actually eat and get groceries,
Pay for bills.
pay bills, look nice.
Yeah.
Uh, not make $2 million.
Yeah, I mean that.
3 players I've already seen who have signed multi-million-dollar deals to be like endorse things or be the face of things, and I'm like, this is what I saw coming. Like
Yeah.
you're like you're tactically an amateur. You are in college.
That's
Like,
the thing. I mean, it's like Trevor Lawrence. I'm pretty sure that dude's already a millionaire, and like he hasn't
yeah,
even like before he was even drafted. you know, like I don't know. I mean, I like yeah. I'm not. I'm not opposed to having them paid, just like a regular old day job, because
Right.
that's essentially what it is, if we're being honest.
Right. Football's their day job. Like
It's even in college, they really don't have time for much else.
like
They
they
don't have
do
time for a job.
they have their season from like September to what, January?
Well, they
And
start
then or
practicing in like June or July,
well, that's
though.
the thing. Like I was gonna say, like
Too.
they have football. They have their season from September to like December.
Yeah.
Then they have like December, January, and February off, and then they do March through April spring training,
Oh, that's true, actually. Yeah.
and then they have May off, and then it's like, oh, school's over. Guess what? You stay on campus and you get to practice June, July, August.
Yeah.
It's like they basically are always on campus.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't. I think if they should be paid a salary, though, it shouldn't be from from tax dollars, like from the government. It should be from ticket sales,
Right.
money that they make directly, because they have plenty. They don't need to fatten their pockets anymore. They can afford to spare their players who make their money just a little bit. It costs what, $100 just to go to a game.
Yeah.
Like, multiply that by 60,000, you get a very large number that I can't think of at the moment. So that would be my 2 cents, but whatever.
Yeah.
Um,
I do wonder if these players are gonna get if it's gonna trickle down to the players who have graduated and moved on to the NFL. If like
that was my
if
first
if
thought.
they'll get if like the sales of their jerseys will, because like you still get college jerseys that are sold with names of players on it, and
Yeah. I don't know. It's tricky. If it was sold in the past, like, how do you?
I don't think like that's the whole thing. Like Reggie Bush is trying to make the argument that like, oh, now that it's legal, you should just let me have my Heisman back. It's like, no, you broke the rules when it was illegal.
Yeah.
Like you don't get to just get your stuff back because it's legal now, even though you broke the rules then. It's like, no, like bad Reggie Bush, bad.
Yeah. I understand where he's coming from, but then again, like you said, things were different then. So
Yeah,
it doesn't totally apply, but I don't know. I had a feeling that if this was going to happen, or when it was going to happen, I knew it would be messy, because I knew there were going to be people like him, or like Joe Burrow. I could very well see him saying something, because he was pretty vocal about,
yeah,
uh, you know, players and being paid and whatnot. So we'll have to see.
yeah,
It's going to be interesting, without a doubt. But perhaps the greatest, or not greatest, but the most severe news comes from your favorite guy, Trevor Bauer, who was accused of sexual assault by, was it two women,
one woman.
or one?
Have you read the supposed details of this?
I did.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah. Not that.
and like I know that I'm not gonna say my opinion on like whether he's like guilty or not guilty, innocent until proven guilty. But like, look, this man, I've watched a lot of his YouTube videos. I've watched his vlogs. I've seen him talk about things.
He kind of seems like a scumbag.
He seems like a scumbag, yeah. And like, you said it. I wasn't gonna say it, but like, he's such a frat boy.
Yeah.
Like, and it just like, I don't know. I kind of got to side with the girl for now. Like,
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
just and the fact that the Dodgers are letting him pitch on Sunday
well, he's on 7-day administrative leave.
infuriates me.
Yeah.
Well, their head coach has said he will pitch his next start.
I mean, I don't know.
Which, I mean,
guess
it's
for
the
them,
Dodgers, so, like, not a huge shocker there.
Yeah.
But, like, not like the Dodgers have a history of being a morally sound team, but,
Right.
you know.
I don't know. I mean, I guess maybe they're approaching it like, well, nothing's proven yet, so we're not going to do that to him, you know. Which I guess is fair, but, I mean, it's... I'm not normally a guy who likes to say that either side is right or wrong in cases like these, because we just don't know until an investigation is done and we know proper information. That's why, like with the Antonio Brown case, I just said we'll see. Same with the Deshaun Watson case, I just said we'll see. I don't know. But in this case, I kind of believe her, honestly.
Well, for me, I was like, at first I was on the fence, but then I read the thing and I was like, oh my God, this statement is way too vivid and way too, like,
right,
detailed for her to just be making this up. If she's making it up, this is the world's greatest fiction writer. Like, I mean,
I shouldn't laugh, but
I read some of this stuff and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
And it was, I mean, it was a long.
Oh, it was long.
Stuff. Like pages and pages.
Yeah, like,
it wasn't just like a paragraph like, oh, he did this to me.
Yeah, it was pages and pages, very detailed, very graphic, very messed up.
Like describing how they met and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta be wondering what's going through his agent's mind right now. Because she's like the only prominent female agent in MLB.
Yeah, I wonder what she is thinking about this. I mean, I wonder if she's like gonna come out with a statement saying something in either support or against
I really
him.
don't see how she can, because if
she
supports him, she's gonna be attacked.
Or she'll just stay silent, probably.
She's gonna stay silent because if she supports him, he'll be attacked. If she doesn't support him,
or if she badmouths him,
well, then what? Like,
she'll get attacked.
Right? It's like, okay, well, you might as well just stop being his agent then.
Yeah, honestly,
but
it might happen.
And the problem for me, the thing I see is, the problem is, he already has. I'm not going to say any specifics, but he has a very specific group of people who follow him loyally already.
Yeah.
You can kind of put the pieces together in what I'm trying to say here.
Yeah.
He has specific political opinions. He has very specific types of way he likes to talk. He's been very outspoken on his opinions on his vlog. I think this could get kind of ugly.
I definitely think it will. You know, I mean, he's already such a controversial person, even before this happened. So now this is just, it's just adding gas to a fire, you know?
Yeah, and apparently there was, he was hated by, apparently I read a quote saying he was hated by writers in Cleveland because he was always in a bad mood.
Or
he was
Cincinnati.
No, he was in Cleveland first.
Oh, he was?
Yeah. Remember, he threw the ball over the fence? That's where he was when he...
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay,
yeah. He was there for, like, he pitched in the playoffs a couple times. He pitched in the World Series for them. But like, if you really want to see how foul of a mood he can get into, go watch his last vlog where they got swept by the I forget who it was. Padres. He's just like, he doesn't hide his emotion well. And it's not just like, oh, shucks, we lost. Like, oh, boy. It's like a psychopath level, like
screaming
anger.
at his teammates and cussing them out.
Well, not even screaming at his teammates. Like, you don't see that in the vlog, but like, I could tell that he could probably be like that.
He went all Tom Brady on him.
I would even. I mean, not even Tom Brady. Like, I mean, Tom Brady's intense, but like, I get the sense that Tom Brady's like actually a nice person behind the scenes. I don't think. I don't think. Off the field, Trevor Bauer's a nice person.
No. Yeah, no.
But these are all
speculations.
Just to be clear.
Yeah.
These are not opinions. These are speculations. Not that that's any better.
Just Shane and Brannan, couple assholes on the internet, bad-mouthing people.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what we do.
Yeah. Well, and another thing that's happening with pitchers right now. It's a hot topic.
Ugh, the MLB is like not doing a great job right now.
They're going down fast. Seattle Mariners Hector Santiago is the first player to be ejected amid MLB's crackdown. The veteran reliever says, "All I used was rosin, otherwise known as like tree resin." Yeah, as if that's okay. Like last I checked, that was against the rules.
Well, no, it is. You can use rosin.
You can?
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, there's a reason they put a rosin bag on the like.
You know what that is?
Yeah. They like put, but the problem is it like you're not supposed to put it on like your pitching arm because it might like drip down into your glove. But think about it this way: when you're picking it up and you're tossing it around, it's gonna get like. And here's the thing: they're not when they first initially said like, oh, we're going after foreign substances. They were going after stuff like extremely high caliber glue.
Right.
Not rosin. So, I mean, it feels a little sus that the league would have the first person to get hit by this be a no one pitcher. Like,
yeah.
No,
I mean, if anything, I was expecting it to be some star.
Yeah.
I do. It does make me wonder though if he used something more, that he's just saying.
Yeah.
That all he did was rosin to kind of cover it up, I guess. But I guess, I assume an investigation will be done with all that, so we will find out.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. They're not even doing a investigation.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's weird too.
They like took his glove, sent it to New York, and they're just like, we're not even gonna,
Yeah, what? That's weird. That's very weird. Well, and how long is he ejected for? Do you know?
10 days.
Huh. Weird. Yeah, I think just as a whole, baseball is going down a very slippery path right now, and I don't know. They got to do something because I don't see it ending anytime soon at this rate.
Yeah.
Because they're losing fans fast, and the integrity of the game is going away. There's, lots of drama, lots of cheating. Yeah, not good for them.
Here's a good laugh. The Sixers are fielding offers for Ben Simmons. They turned down a deal with the Pacers that included Malcolm Brogdon and a first-round pick.
Really?
That right there is better than Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
You get an all-star in Malcolm Brogdon, and you get a first-round pick. Like,
Wow.
come on.
That's
What do you think you're going to get for Ben Simmons, the man who crashed and burned the playoffs?
Yeah, what are they expecting to get? 80 or something? That's kind of a steal, honestly.
Yeah, if I'm the GM, I'm like, hell yeah. I'll take Malcolm Brogdon and a first-round pick for, I don't know, maybe Doc Rivers is like, he's my pet project.
I mean, is he though?
I don't know. Apparently, he went from talking crap to like being like, yeah, sure,
Writing him a love letter.
I'll work with you.
Wow.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't think either side really wants him around.
Yeah.
Including himself.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that'll be the trade circuit this year will be interesting.
Yeah.
With all these guys like Ben Simmons and whatever. We haven't gotten to a pop culture topic in a while. And since it's just us.
What do you want to talk about?
Well, you wanted to talk about movies, right?
Sure.
Upcoming movies.
Sure.
So Black Widow.
Yeah. the movie that never came out.
I feel like it's gonna be good, but kind of like underwhelming, I guess, because it should have come out in like 2017. I think
so. Like, you think it should have been moved up to in like before, and like it should have been part of the. Yeah.
I mean, that's when it takes place,
Well, it takes place. What's weird is it takes place like after Civil War.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what I mean. You should have released it like around that time,
Yeah.
Or release it when Captain Marvel was. That's that's your like, female a solo film,
right?
Between the two Avengers movies.
Like, it feels like
done that, but no, let's do Captain Marvel instead.
Yeah.
I
don't know. I think they had plans for this movie and they needed certain things in place. Like, I think they needed to reintroduce like Thunderbolt Ross. And like, well, they did that in Civil War, so they could have done it right after Civil War.
Yeah,
it would have made sense because, like, well, was she on the run yet? No, because she sided with the good guys in Civil War, and then turned right, and that would have made sense because she could have been on the run. They could have had Taskmaster go after her.
Yeah. Instead, now you have a Han Solo situation where your beloved character gets killed off, and then spoilers, and then a year or two later, we're gonna have a Solo prequel movie.
Yeah,
it's like, why?
Well, here's something weird that I heard Kevin Feige say. He said he would love to work with Scarlett Johansson in the MCU again in some form.
How?
And I'm like, what you about to go get the like freaking like Soul Stone to revive her? Because I know there's ways, and I know there's like certain ways in Marvel for them to like bring characters back. Like,
they could bring her back somehow if they wanted.
But like, why? Of all the characters to bring back, I mean, I guess they could be like, if they wanted to, they could make that like a plot and like Hawkeye have like Barton be like, oh, I'm gonna go bring her back.
Well, Florence Pugh is in the Hawkeye series.
But that's another problem I have. We all know, like, it's not like a surprise anymore. It's like,
Yeah.
If you were gonna do the damn series, they should have just been like, okay, I guess we already pushed it enough. Let's just push it until after Hawkeye. But the problem is I bet that was their plan originally. They were gonna have it come out after Hawkeye originally, but like, because
Maybe.
I don't know. I'll have to wait to see the movie.
Yeah.
It might be like
Only a
a
week.
situation. I mean, yeah. The trailers kind of make it clear, like, oh, there's so many Black Widows, and it's like, okay, well,
Yeah. I don't know.
yeah. I'm more excited for Shang-Chi.
Yeah, that looks pretty cool.
Like, it looks pretty badass.
Yeah. Yeah, and the one I'm really looking forward to is Spider-Man should be interesting.
I can't even give a crap about Spider-Man right now because, like, we're like, what, 4 months?
But what really looks good
There's no trailer yet.
is the next Doctor Strange movie.
Okay.
A Sam Raimi horror movie
I
in
mean,
Doctor Strange? That sounds interesting.
yeah, but like, we know
And
nothing
Wanda?
about it.
I mean, we know a little bit about it.
I mean,
we know that it's a horror movie directed by Sam Raimi.
Yeah, we know that Wanda's going to be in it.
Yeah.
I can probably tell you, having watched Loki, that shit's going to be whack.
Yeah.
See, people are theorizing that, like, they're just going to drop a trailer for Spider-Man at the end of Loki, and I'm like, why?
Yeah, why?
Like, I bet if I was going to bet, they would put a trailer for Spider-Man probably attached to Venom. But that's like, what, October? That's 2 months before? Yeah. Don't they usually start dropping trailers for stuff like 4 months out?
Or like 6.
Yeah, like they drop like a teaser like 6 months out, then like 4 months it's like another teaser, 3 months out it's like a regular trailer.
Yeah.
Speaking of teaser trailers, speaking of teaser trailers, I saw I want to see Fast and Furious 9.
Oh yeah.
And I saw a teaser trailer for Jurassic World Dominion.
Oh, really?
Which
who's in that?
All the peoples.
All the people.
All 3 of the original from Jurassic Park.
Oh.
Plus Jessica Chastain and Chris Pratt.
Oh, I thought he wasn't in it.
No, he's in it.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Is there any non-Marvel stuff? Is there any non-Marvel stuff you're excited for?
I am curious about, speaking of Chris Pratt, that new movie he's in, the Tomorrow.
Oh yeah,
the Tomorrow Wars.
That's all like Amazon Prime.
I'm hearing very mixed things about it.
Yeah, some people are saying it's really good, and then IGN's just out here like with the worst reviews. Like they gave like the last Loki episode like a 5 out of 10, and then they're out here giving the movie like a 3 out of 10, and everybody's just like, "What are you smoking?"
I auditioned to be in that movie.
Really?
The Tomorrow Wars? Yeah. It was I saw a casting call for it on IMDb Pro like 2 years ago. And it was like filming in Atlanta starring Chris Pratt, and it didn't even say the title, but it was like about a soldier who goes to the future and this and that, whatever. And I was like, And then I started seeing this Tomorrow War with Chris Pratt, and I was like, that's it.
Yeah.
But they wanted people with military experience to be the extras.
Yeah.
Which I obviously don't have, so.
It's like, for me,
which
it's
is an
really
interesting note, but.
Yeah. It's funny that it started out as like, they're like, oh, it's going to be in theaters. And then they're like, psych. It's gonna be on Amazon.
Isn't it both?
No.
Oh.
Amazon bought it.
Well, that's interesting.
Either Amazon bought it or Amazon was like, we're gonna put it in theaters, but then they were like, this movie's not gonna make any money in theaters. So like, but like you'd think it would though, because it seems like a film that would be like your typical summer fare.
Yeah, it's an action blockbuster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Fast 9.
I heard that was bad.
It's so dumb. But I mean, like
they kind of all are at this point. Like the
ones, I'm so impressed with how they managed to keep making it dumber and dumber. Like my dad at the end, I saw it with my dad, and I looked at him at the end. He's like, I don't know what's stupider, the plot or the action. Like,
yes.
Like, I'm a fan of Fast and Furious. I liked the first couple. I liked up until 6. I liked them.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's like, oh my god, what are they doing? There's another 2 of these things. Oh god.
They are making 2 more?
Yeah. Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of. There's like, what's weird about this year for films is like the companies are trying to shove all their movies that they were supposed to release last year into this film year so that they can have a clear slate for next year.
Yeah. And as a result, there's just tons of stuff.
It's just a ton of random ass movies that you would not get at this time of the year.
Yeah.
It's weird because you'll get 3 weeks of big movies and then there's just a off week.
Like 5 big movies in 1 week.
This weekend you're getting nothing to see in the theaters. It's Boss Baby 2, The Forever Purge, and some random movie called Zola.
Yeah.
And that's it. And then I think next week is
Black Widow.
Black Widow. Yeah, next week is just Black Widow.
That's weird.
And then a week after that, it's Space Jam.
Oh, Robert's gonna have a heyday over that.
And Escape Room 2.
Robert wants us all to go see Space Jam. I told him I couldn't post.
I'm on maybe on that.
I mean, LeBron is not a terrible actor. I'll give him that, but
yeah.
But yeah.
I mean,
it'd probably be fun regardless.
Yeah. Dude, there's gonna be so many big name movies in 2022. But the end of 2020 of 2021 is gonna be crazy. You got from September onwards, you have Shang-Chi, you got Venom, Many Saints in Newark, No Time to Die, Halloween Kills, Dune, French Dispatch, Last Night in Soho, Eternals, Ghostbusters Afterlife, Top Gun, West Side Story, Spider-Man, Matrix 4. This would be cool.
Yeah, because they need another Matrix movie.
I didn't even know that they pushed Death on the Nile to 2022.
You know, it's funny, before all the COVID delays, John Wick 4 and Matrix 4 were supposed to
come out same day. Same day. And I was probably going to see them both in the same day.
Keanu Reeves is about to make a lot of money.
I know. I was probably going to do a John Wick double feature. I was like, Keanu Reeves double feature. I was like, go see whatever this random ass Matrix movie is, and then go see John Wick's.
Yeah, Matrix is a movie that probably should never even have had a second film.
I mean, it was a trilogy. It was written as a trilogy, so the first one was great. The second one was decent. The third one was trash.
I didn't
And
even really enjoy the second one all that much.
I have no idea what they're going to do in the fourth one.
It's like fourth movies are strange for me.
Yeah.
Because they're like, I don't know. A lot of times they just feel like total cash grabs, which I mean in reality they all pretty much are. But sometimes they feel like cash grabs, but other times it's like they're actually they add something else to the story. It's like, oh,
yeah,
okay, and then
I'm trying to remember what the last fourth of something that I saw that was good. See, but there's no. It's so rare to get a fourth, like.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's Avengers.
Yeah.
Mission Impossible. That's a
True.
good fourth. It's not a movie, but Uncharted has a great fourth.
Yeah.
I don't.
Bruh, speaking of Mission Impossible.
Well,
Mission
Star
Impossible.
Wars, if you count episode 4 as the fourth. Which...
Mission Impossible 7 and John Wick 4 come out on the same day next year.
Ooh.
I know what I'm doing that weekend.
Two high, fast-paced action movies in the same day.
Yeah.
Well, I know which one
Oh, Mission Impossible 7. That's the first one I'm going to.
Yeah. I'm probably not going to see it. I'm not a big John Wick guy.
Really?
Honest. Yeah, I don't know.
John Wick's so fun.
I mean, I understand why people like him. It's just not for
They
me
killed
personally.
his dog, so he got revenge.
Well, yeah,
and it just raveled into a,
But after a while, it's like, okay, we know that you can punch people and kill them with pencils. Like, let's see something else.
I mean, the third one had some very impressive action.
No, I know.
They used a horse to kill someone.
No, I mean, it's just like, I feel like it's just nonstop action and like no substance, or very little, I should say.
But that's what I go to the movie for.
No, I know that's the point of it. That's just not my thing, personally.
That's fair.
But
you say nonstop action. Mission Impossible 7 is probably Mission Impossible 6 was very nonstop action.
Yeah, but it's like
with like a pause to breathe.
Yeah, but there's still like a really intense story going on.
True.
There's like espionage and somebody not knowing who the other person is or whatever.
Yeah.
Deception and whatever.
Whereas I mean, Mission
bang 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 bang. I shoot.
Mission Impossible. Mission Impossible did at least invent the whole like mask tearing off thing.
They kind of did in
just
a way.
Like it was me all along.
No, that was Scooby-Doo actually.
Yeah, true. It was an homage to Scooby-Doo.
Yeah. Speaking of Scooby-Doo, you ever watch? I don't know why I'm thinking about this, but you ever watch the Scooby-Doo and Batman crossover?
No.
Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Like Batman and Robin teamed up with the gang to take down some plot by the Joker and Penguin.
Nice.
And I think like the Riddler was involved or something too.
That's hilarious.
It was great. And they like went back to the Batcave, and Scooby or Shaggy was like, he said, like, Batman, do you have cookies or anything? Or what did he say? Scooby snacks or whatever? He's like, no, but I have bat cookies. And then there's like these cookies just in the shape of a bat, and he gives it to him.
That's very cheesy.
Yeah. I mean, it came out in
just
like the 60s.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait, okay. I thought it was like a modern day thing.
No. It was like old school, like 60s, 70s Scooby-Doo. Back when it was the Adam West Batman, and they were like hanging out of the helicopter, and he was like, "Hand me the bat shark repellent."
Oh my god. It's me, TV's Adam West. I don't even think of him as Batman. I just think of the mayor of Quahog.
Yeah, right. The strangest mayor ever.
This is how we used to do this in the back of the day, climbing up the wall. Just
Yeah,
doobie
did you
doo.
know that?
Yeah.
That's weird. I mean, it makes sense, but
If I ever get in a fight with someone, I'm totally gonna go biff, baff, poof, pow. The guy's gonna be like, "What?"
Bang,
Anyway,
kapow.
I think that's all we got for today.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, this was
Uh,
our episode with no
This was our
Robert.
attempt
It
without
was
Robert.
it was kind of strange. I mean,
Yeah.
normally, there were no arguments or anything, or
See, I
um,
think Robert initiates the arguments, even though he doesn't want to admit it.
well, no, he like gives his take, but then you go crazy over it. I
Yeah,
think it's
because
kind of both of you,
his takes are crazy.
and then I'm just sitting here like, hey, what's up?
Sure, just like I'm here.
I'm the middleman.
I exist. I have nothing to say right now.
Yeah, which in other words, it's more fun when he's here.
Yeah,
So,
pretty much.
um, it's we complete the dynamic that way.
Yeah.
But regardless, we hope he's having a fun time this weekend, and he'll be back with us next week or whatever it is we record. And until then, thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.
Bye bye.